So I think you are staying safe and healthy, right? So once again today also I'm welcoming you all to the PW Econ Academy, the #1 English medium economics course with #1 higher education tutoring organization in the island, Sakya higher educational institution. Right, okay, fantastic. So now today also we are going to start very first lesson, not start actually, we have done couple of sessions and this is the third session, and in this third session we are going to do the next part of the syllabus in lesson #1. So before moving to the lecture, I want to know whether I am audible and clearly visible for everyone. Yes, put in the chat box, am I visible, am I clearly audible for everyone? Please put. Yes. If everything is cool, just put yes in the chat box. Right? Yes. Right. Everyone, if I'm clearly visible, if I'm clearly audible for everyone, please put yes, a big yes message in the chat box. Right? Ahmed, thank you very much. Okay. Okay, Kavindya, Maleti. What about others? Others. If I'm clearly audible, and if I'm clearly visible, please put big yes in the chat box. And I'm expecting quick replies from everyone else in the audience, right? When I'm asking questions in the next part as well. Right. Okay. So it seems I'm clearly visible and audible for almost all the class. Okay. Right. Thank you very much. Now we are moving to the lecture. We have stopped from page #7, page #7 in the tune. Actually, right, our technical committee will be uploading the PDF document of our lecture today, and it is already uploaded to the WhatsApp group as well. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, right, then you can take it right now, because our Janit will be uploading the PDF document of today's tune to the chat box. Right, Janit, it's up to you. Right, anyway, Janit will be uploading it as soon as possible. However, right, let's start the conversation and discussion. Hope you are having the tune in hand, because I have uploaded the PDF document in the WhatsApp group, and now you can see the PDF document link that we have uploaded it to the chat box of the Zoom platform. Right, are you ready? Yes, let's start the journey. Let's start the journey. Right, now as we everyone know, right, we have covered almost most of the sections in the very beginning part of the lesson #1.1. We are in the lesson 1.1. The very first session was completely allocated to introduce the syllabus and introduce the subject as well. And the second session, in the second session we have started the lecture, and today is the third lecture. And next day onwards, right, we will be having a paid lecture series, okay? Right, anyway, we have covered the A-level syllabus at the very beginning session, and we also provided, right, A-level paper structure here, and then we have moved to the lesson 1 lesson map, how the floor of the lesson 1 is there. We discussed this part, and then under the topic theoretical and practical foundation of economics, we have discussed about the definition of economics as well, right? And yes, main functions of economics we completed last day, and we have discussed about the advantages of learning economics in the last day as well. So today we are moving to this part, what? Yes, economic way of thinking. Economic way of thinking. All right, let's see what do you mean by economic way of thinking. Right, so this is the definition. Everyone focus. Stop all other works, attention towards the board of the lecture. Right, so economic way of thinking means, right, looking at, right, I will be taking three things. Looking at a phenomena, siddhyak diha. Looking at a phenomena, siddhyak diha balanawa. Or else looking at an incident. Incident means it's almost similar to the phenomena. Or else we can take, okay, looking at a certain problem. Looking at a certain problem. Looking at a certain problem. Or there is another one, looking at a certain concept. Looking at, I have written three things. Looking at a certain phenomena, looking at a certain problem, looking at a certain concept. Right? In economic point of view. In economic point of view. Is known as what? Right? Economic way of thinking. Because of that reason, I have started the definition in this way. Economic way of thinking can be defined as the way of what? Looking at a certain phenomena, or looking at a certain problem, or looking at a certain concept in what point of view? In economic point of view. එහෙනම් ළමයි යම් කිසි phenomena එකක් දිහා, යම් කිසි problem එකක් දිහා, යම් කිසි concept එකක් දිහා economic හැකින් බලනවා නම්, ආර්ථික විද්‍යාත්මක හැකින් බලනවා නම්, we call it as what? Economic way of thinking. Looking at a certain phenomena, looking at a certain problem, or looking at a certain concept in what dimension, in what angle, in economic point of view. Okay. Now for an example, assume something like this. Okay. Imagine this is a human being. මේ ඉන්නේ මිනිහෙක් කියලා හිතමු. මේ මිනිහා අද මැරෙනවා. ඔන්න දැන් මෙතන තියෙන්නේ මල ගෙදරක් නැත්තම් මිනිහා මැරුණා. Right. Now there is a dead body here. Okay. Now religious or a Buddhist monk is coming to that particular place. Dead body is here. Right? Murder was happened. Dead body is here. Now the Buddhist monk is coming and seeing, oh my God, there is a dead body. This is the reality of life. Everyone is having, everybody, everything is having this nature of anitya. If something is there, that will be changing within another few seconds. That's the way how Buddhist monk is looking at what? Dead body. The dead body. Murder was happened. Okay, dead body is there. But Buddhist monk is coming here and looking at this dead body, looking at this dead body and commenting on it. Oh my God, this is the nature of this is the nature of the world. Everything is having this nature of the change in nature or dynamic nature, which is also known as anitya in Pali. Right. Now the next day, right, environmentalist is coming. Wow. Environmentalist who is loving to the environment much is coming now. And he is looking at this dead body and commenting on it. How? He might be saying that, right? Oh my God, there is a dead body. This dead body can disturb and destroy the environment. It can pollute environment because it will be not, some body parts are degradable, but some body parts are not degradable. In that case, definitely this body, dead body, will create a massive environmental degradation. That is whose point? Environmentalist point. That is how Buddhist monk, that was how Buddhist monk was observing, looking at a problem or a concept or an incident, that means phenomena, in religious point of view. Buddhist monk looked this one in religious point of view. Environmentalist came, an environmentalist was looking at this dead body in environment perspective, in environmental point of view. That means Lamai. Different people can observe or look at the same object in different dimensions, in different angles. But the Yeah, we can talk about another thing. Suppose a politician is coming here, and politicians might think that, oh my God, one of the person has already died. Now what will happen to my vote base? Oh, my voters base. One of the voter has already gone down, right? Gone down. Now how can I go with my campaigns? So he is always looking from what point of view? Political point of view. So Buddhist monk came here, looked at the dead body and commented in religious point of view. Environmentalist came, looked at the dead body and commented in what view? In environmental point of view. Okay, thirdly, a politician came and looked at the dead body, commented in what point of view? Political point of view. But fourthly or lastly, an economist is coming, say Adam Smith is coming. Okay, economist is looking at this dead body and saying that, oh my God, there is a dead body of a human being, dead body of a laborer, dead body of a worker. If Sri Lankan labor force have missed one laborer, then it can reduce the labor force in the country. If labor force is going down, it will reduce the production of the country. If production is going down, country will be economically, financially poor. That means, Lamai, now this person who came as an economist is commenting on this Saul dead body in what point of view? In what point of view? In economic point of view. See, that person is considering this person, the economist is considering this person as a laborer, worker in the Sri Lanka's labor force. Okay, losing this laborer was equivalent to the fall down of the country's labor force. If labor force is going down, he has shown how it can influence on the economy of the country. So, economist was commenting on this one in what point of view? In economic point of view. In what point of view? In economic point of view. So, it is now clear. The story is much clear. Buddhist monk kenek kavilla malaminiya diha religious point of view ekin baluwa. Environmentalist kenek kavilla malaminiya diha dead body එක දිහා right environment point of view එකෙන් බැලුවා. එතනින් එහාට ගිහිල්ලා politician කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා තමන්ගේ ඡන්ද පදනම අහිමි වෙනවා ඡන්දදායකයෙක් මැරිලා කියලා political point of view එකෙන් බැලුවා. අන්තිමට economist කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා මේ අහිමි වුණේ ලංකාවේ labor force එකේ එක laborer කෙනෙක් labor force එකේ එක laborer කෙනෙක් අහිමි වුණා කියන්නේ ලංකාවේ economy එකට බලපෑමක් වෙනවා කියලා මිනිහා economic point of view එකකින් ඒ මලමිනිය දිහාම බලනවා. So different people can look at different phenomena, different problems, different concepts in multiple points of views. Different people can look at different things in different perspectives. But keep in mind, if a person is looking at a phenomena, looking at a problem, or looking at a concept, in economic point of view, if it is economic point of view, looking at a certain thing in economic point of view is known as what? Economic way of thinking. Economic way of thinking. එන යමක් දිහා economic ඇහැකින් බලනවා නම් යමක් දිහා economic perspective එකකින් බලනවා නම් ඒකට අපි කියනවා economic way of thinking. Now lamai, tomorrow onwards, suppose you will be going to the washroom, right? A toothpaste will be there, a toothbrush will be there. You can look at these things also in economic point of view. Suppose you will be going for the sleep, so you can look at you can look at pillow, right, in economic point of view. So if you are looking at something in economic point of view, what is the name given to it? Economic way of thinking. But keep in mind, when you are looking at something in economic eye, when you are looking at certain phenomena in economic point of view, You should keep three things in the mind. Very important. If you are looking at certain thing in economic dimension, you have to keep three things in mind. What are those three things? Yes, those three things are known as principles of economic way of thinking. Principles of economic way of thinking. So what are the three things that you should keep in mind? The first one, you need to know, right, linkage, right, among three concepts. What are three concepts? One concept we learned last day, scarcity. Second, right, choice. Third, we call it as opportunity cost. So we need to know about the linkage among these three concepts, right? Scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost before you are going to before you are going to look at something in economic view, right? If before you are going to look at something in economic dimension, you need to know about this aspect. What is it? Linkage between three different concepts. What are those three? Scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. Second one, you need to know about, you need to know about one small thing. I will be writing it, erasing it first, then I will be taking red color again, right. So the second one that you should know before moving to the economic way of thinking is rational self-interest. Okay, rational self-interest, right? We'll talk one by one later. Lastly, what should you know before moving to the economic way of thinking? Marginalism, or you call it as marginal analysis. Marginalism or marginal analysis. Right. Good. Okay, so it is now clear. If you are looking at something mean maybe a phenomena, maybe a concept, or maybe a problem. If you are looking at something in economic point of view, we call it as economic way of thinking. Suppose you are going to practice this economic way of thinking. That means, suppose you are going to look at something in economic viewpoint, then you should keep three things in mind. These three things are known as principles of economic way of thinking. So what are the three things that you should keep in mind? First one, linkage among three concepts. What are three concepts? Scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. Linkage among these three concepts. Next, rational self-interest. Last, we call it as marginalism or marginal analysis. Marginalism or marginal analysis. Understood? Right. So we'll talk about these three concepts one by one, the three principles of economic way of thinking one by one. Firstly, you take the note to your PDF document or to your notebook. Okay, start. Once you finish copying, please put done in the chat box. Okay. Hello everyone. I think you have finished it. If you have finished, please put done in the chat box, because only from your response, my dear lovely students, I will be recognizing that you have finished, right? So please, if you have finished, right, don't stay idle, don't stay silent. Everyone put done. Okay, we got reply firstly from Maliti. Maliti has done it. Others, okay, so have you finished? Yes or no? If yes, please put done in the chat box. Right, have you all finished? Okay, shall we then jump to the next part? If you have please put done, please put, please finish. If you have please finish, please put done in the chat box. Great. Now we are jumping to the next part. Right. We are going to discuss three principles of economic way of thinking. Three principles of economic way of thinking, one by one. One by one. Okay. Right. Now let's move. Let's move. Right. Don't do other works. Everyone need to focus. Okay. Right. Okay, the very first principle of economic way of thinking, that means if you are economically looking at something, what is the first thing that you should keep in mind? Right, this is that every choice has an opportunity cost. That means you need to know about the three things: scarcity, choice and opportunity cost, before you are looking at this pen in economic dimension, before you are looking at this book in economic dimension. Then what should you do? You should know what is the scarcity, you should know what is choice, you should know what is opportunity cost, right? Okay, so first point that you should know is this one, right? Let's write down. We have to say that a scarcity, as we have discussed in the last Friday, scarcity is the fundamental problem in economics. Scarcity is the fundamental problem in economics, right? And right, choice have to be made, right, because of the scarcity, right? Then we have to write, yes, as a result of choice, opportunity cost have to be incurred. Opportunity cost එකක් දරන්න වෙනවා. හරි. මොකක්ද ළමයි මේ කියලා තියෙන්නේ බලන්න. right. මේකේ කියනවා scarcity is the fundamental problem in economics. හරි. අපි last week එකේ කතා කරා scarcity තමයි ඇත්තටම economy එකක හැම ප්‍රශ්නයකටම පදනම වෙන මව් ප්‍රශ්නේ වෙන්නේ scarcity. Scarcity එක නිසා තමයි හැම ප්‍රශ්නෙම ඇති වෙන්නේ. Scarcity. Then because of scarcity we have to make choices. Because of scarcity we have to make choices. Because of choices we have to make what? Yes, we have to incur an opportunity cost. A cost called opportunity cost. This is the flow. Because of scarcity, people have to make choices. Because of choices, people are having to incur or bear a cost type called opportunity cost. Now it is better to know about what do you mean by scarcity. Now it is better to know about what is known as choice. It is essential to know about what is known as opportunity cost. What is known as opportunity cost? Okay, shall we go one by one? Shall we? Yes. Start. Scarcity. Can you remember scarcity? Last day we discussed. Yes. Use the chat box and tell me the definition of scarcity. I will be giving some time for everyone. Right? Let's say how people are replied. Yes. Use the chat box and tell us what do you mean by scarcity. Can you remember? What do you mean by scarcity? I'm waiting for the replies of students. What do you mean by scarcity? It is very nice. Some of the people are replying. Good. Right. In the chat box, you also can add your understanding, add your answer. Then it will be refreshed in your memory. Yes, of course, a scarcity is limitedness of resources compared to unlimited human wants. Resources are limited compared to unlimited human wants. So we can write here, okay, limitedness of resources. රටක තියෙන resources මදි. compared to right unlimited human wants, compared to unlimited human wants. රටක තියෙන resources මදි එරටේ ඉන්න මිනිස්සුන්ගේ අසීමිතවමනා එක්ක. අපි ගිය සතියේ කතා කරා. People are having unlimited wants. People preferences are unlimited. I want iPhone, I want BMW car, I want a Tesla car, I want jewelries. Everything is needed by everyone. People are having unlimited preferences or unlimited human wants. But do we have enough resources to produce such a big number of goods? Okay, I'm really happy to have a BMW car. You're also happy to have a BMW car. Another person, yes, he is also happy to have a BMW car. Everyone like BMW cars. But do we have enough resources? Do we have enough resources in the country to produce that uncountable number of BMW cars to satisfy unlimited human wants, Ramai? No, we don't have. We don't have that much of resources. So resources are limited, but human wants are unlimited. Resources are limited, but human wants are unlimited. Okay, so we can say limitedness of resources compared to unlimited wants. Limitedness of resources compared to unlimited wants is known as what? A scarcity. A scarcity. Right. Then what do you mean by choice? Right. So when there is a scarcity, we have to make choices. When there is a limitedness of resources, when the resources are limited, we don't have resources to produce unlimited BMW cars. We don't have resources to produce unlimited jewelries. We don't have unlimited resources, so sufficient set of resources to produce unlimited laptop computers. People want such unlimited count, but we have a very limited set of resources. Resources are limited, but wants are unlimited. Compared to wants, resources are insufficient. This problem is known as a scarcity. When the resources are limited, then obvious we have to make choices. I'll provide an example. Imagine, right, there is a tree. Suppose only one tree is there. Limited. Only one tree for whole region. Now, by using this limited resource, we want to satisfy unlimited requirements. What are the needs and wants that we want to satisfy from this tree? We want to produce shelters by using this tree. We want to produce, right, sometimes wooden equipment by using this tree. We want to produce sometimes wooden furnitures by using this tree. We want to produce sometimes wooden ornaments by using this tree. By using this tree, we have to do, or we want to do 1,000 works. 1,000 and 1,000 of works. Hundreds and hundreds of works by using this limited resource. We have only one tree, but we are having unlimited human wants to satisfy by using the wood or timber of this tree. But my simple question for you, even though we have alternative options to be satisfied from this particular tree, can we satisfy every want? Can we produce furnitures while producing a shelter? Can we produce furnitures and shelter while using the same timber to produce wooden equipment? Can we produce shelter, wooden equipment and furnitures while producing wooden ornaments? No. We can produce only one thing by using this tree. That means we have to make a choice. Okay. There are alternative uses that we want to satisfy from the tree, from the limited resource, but we want to choose only one thing. Right. So that is what we call as choice. Choosing the best alternative choosing the best alternative use, choosing the best alternative use, right, out from alternative users, right, users of scarce resources is known as what? Choice. And it is very clear, because of the scarcity of resources, because of the limited nature of the resources, we have to make choice. Because by using limited resources, we can't satisfy all human wants. Because of that reason, we have to decide what want to be satisfied from the limited resource. I took example. Okay, we are having only one tree. That means trees are limited. But by using one tree, we have to satisfy many wants. We can produce furnitures, or we can produce shelters, or we can produce wooden equipment, or we can produce wooden ornaments, or else we can use for other purposes as well. Resource is limited, tree is limited, but people's wants are unlimited. People want to produce multiple things. Since resource is limited, we can't produce every want that people need to satisfy. Because of that particular reason, we have to decide, okay, out of people's wants, out of human wants, what want that we should satisfy by using this limited resource tree. So choosing the best alternative want to be satisfied out from all the alternative users is known as choice. Choosing one best want. Yes, okay, out of the alternative wants that I have mentioned, right? Yes, producing furnitures might be the best option. Then we can use the tree or timber to produce furnitures. So choosing that furniture option is known as what? Choice. Is known as choice. Since resources are limited, since resources are in scarcity, then we have to make choice. Because by using limited resources, we can't satisfy all human wants. Therefore, we have to decide what want to be satisfied. Choosing what want to be satisfied is known as the choice. But the thing is, when we are choosing one thing, when we are choosing one use, when we are using the limited resource to satisfy only one want, then all the other wants will not be able to be satisfied. Right? Suppose the tree is used to produce furnitures only, then we will not be able to use tree for other purposes. Okay, we will not be able to use tree for other opportunities. Right? For other opportunities, we will lose the opportunity to produce a shelter. We will lose the opportunity to produce wooden ornaments. We will lose the opportunity to produce wooden equipment. We have to sacrifice all the other opportunities. We have to sacrifice all the other opportunities. Okay, out of these all the other opportunities, there is one thing which can be identified as the best alternative that we have sacrificed. Okay, right? Since we have used the tree to produce furnitures, we have to sacrifice all the other opportunities. Opportunity to produce shelter, we sacrifice. Sacrifice means kapakara. We have compromised it. Okay, since we are using tree to produce furniture, we have to sacrifice the opportunity to construct a shelter. We have to sacrifice the opportunity to produce wooden ornament. We have to sacrifice opportunity to produce wooden equipment. We have sacrificed many opportunities. But the value of next best opportunity that we have sacrificed is known as what cost lamai? Opportunity cost. Imagine, out of the three things that we have sacrificed, the next best alternative that we have sacrificed might be the opportunity to produce a shelter. Then value of that opportunity to produce a shelter is known as what? Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. So I am repeating what is opportunity cost. Firstly, I will write it, then I will explain it again. Right? Value of next best alternative foregone. Foregone means sacrificed. Foregone means compromised. Compromised. Kapa karana ladda. Right? Or we can say, or sacrificed. Sacrificed. Better. Now tell me, what do you mean by opportunity cost? Yes, detailed description will be discussed later. Okay, what do you mean by opportunity cost? There was a tree. We have decided, we have chosen, the choice was made, we have chosen to use the tree to produce only furnitures or furnitures only. When we are using the tree to produce one thing, furnitures only, we have to sacrifice multiple opportunities. We have sacrificed kapakara. Sacrifice mean kapakara. Kapakara, okay, api kapakara, mogak hadanna tibba chance ekada. Shelter එකක් හදන්න චිප්ප chance එක කැප කරා අපි furnitures produce කරන නිසා tree එක පාවිච්චි කරලා අපි කැප කරා wooden equipment හදන්න තිබ්බ chance එක කැප කරා අපි කැප කරා wooden ornament හදන්න තිබ්බ chance එක එහෙනම් අපිට තිබ්බ tree එක right furnitures produce කරනවා කියන දේ තෝරාගත්ත නිසා choice එකක් කරපු නිසා අපි අනිත් opportunities ඔක්කොම sacrifice කරා කැප කරා ඒ ඔක්කොගෙම වැලියු එක නෙමෙයි ළමයි. ඒ කැප කරපු තුනෙන් නැත්නම් කැප කරපු දේවල් අතර තියෙන වටිනම දේ next best alternative එක. වටිනම දේ වටිනකමට අපි කියන opportunity cost එක කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි තුනක් sacrifice කරා කැප කළා. ඒ කැප කරපු තුනෙන් අපිට ඊළඟට තියෙන වටිනම හොඳම option එක අපි කැප කරපු ඒ වලින් හොඳම option එක shelter එකක් හදන්න තිබ්බ chance එක නම් ඒ shelter එක හදන්න තිබ්බ chance එකේ value එකට අපි කියනවා opportunity cost කියලා. right මම හිතන්නේ තේරුණා. right මීට වඩා මේ scarcity choice opportunity cost ගැන අපි කතා කරන්නේ මෙහෙම concepts තුනක් තියෙනවා කියලා දැනට දැනගත්තා නම් ඇති නිකන් layman understanding එකක් තිබ්බනම් ඇති because in this tute at the last part we will be discussing these three concepts in deep. Understood? Right, okay. So scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to unlimited human wants. Since resources are limited, we can't satisfy all human wants by using limited resources. Then we have to choose one want to be satisfied from the limited resources. Choosing that one best want to be satisfied from the limited resources is known as choice. Then what do you mean by opportunity cost? It is a synonym for sacrification. It is a synonym for compromise. Opportunity cost කියන්නේ කැපකිරීමට කියන සමාන පදයක් වගේ. So if we choose one thing, we have to sacrifice other thing. එක දෙයක් තෝරගත්තාම තව දේවල් කැප කරන්න වෙනවා. හැබැයි කැප කරපු ඔක්කොගෙම value එක නෙමෙයි කැප කරපු ඊළඟ හොඳම එකේ value එකට කියනවා අපි opportunity cost කියලා. Right. Can you take the note? Can you take the note? Right. Finish the first principle of economic way of thinking. Right. Once you finish everything, you put opportunity cost in the chat box. Opportunity cost in the chat box. Once you finish everything, you put opportunity cost in the chat box. Right. The last thing that you have learned in this flow diagram. Opportunity cost. Right. Then when you are putting opportunity cost in the chat box, then I will be recognizing that you have finished it. Finished it. Right. Once you finish, don't stay silent, don't stay idle, don't stay irresponsively. please reply kindly the term opportunity cost in the chat box once you finish. Huh? One student had finished. One has finished. Others reply. Others also reply. Few have replied. Right. All finish? Right. Janit, we are expecting my view. Okay, cool. Now we are moving to the next part. Right. Go up. That is rational self-interest, right? Yes. The topic is very clear. This is the second thing that you should know when you are going for the economic way of thinking part, right? යමක් දිහා economically බලනවා නම් යමක් දිහා economic හැකින් දකිනවා නම් ඔයා දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕන දෙවෙනි වැදගත්ම කාරණාව තමයි මේ පෙන්වන්න යන්නේ rational self interest. This means everyone in the economy, everyone, not only consumers, not only buyers, not only sellers, not only producers, not only resource owners, everyone in the economy are trying to maximize what? Self satisfaction, their own satisfaction. මේ rational self interest කියන සංකල්පෙන් කියන්නේ ළමයි economy එකක ඉන්න හැම කෙනෙක්ම උත්සාහවන්ත වෙන්න උත්සාහ කරන්නේ තමන්ගේ තෘප්තිය උපරිම කරගන්න. තමන්ට දෙයක් ගන්න. තමන්ගේ සතුට වැඩි කරගන්න. Okay? So rational self interest says that every economic participant, okay, every economic participant in the economy, right? So for an example, I can take consumers, right? Then comma producers, right? Comma input suppliers, that mean factor suppliers, resource suppliers, input suppliers, raw material suppliers, everyone in the economy, etc. Everyone in the economy are attempting mean mahansi වෙන උත්සාහ කරනවා, attempting to maximize their own satisfaction. Their own satisfaction means own satisfaction එකට අපි කියනවා self interest. Own satisfaction mean self interest. Right? එහෙනම් economy එකක ඉන්න හැම කෙනෙක්ම customers ලා විදියට ඔයාලත් producer විදියට මමත් අපි දෙගොල්ලම උත්සාහ කරන්නේ right මොකක් maximize කරගන්නද? own satisfaction එක maximize කරගන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි own satisfaction එකට economics වල කියනවා self interest එක maximize කරගන්න. අන්න ඒක දැනගෙන තමයි economic way of thinking එකට අත තියන්න ඕන ඕගොල්ලෝ යමක් දිහා economically බලනවා නම් මේක දැනගෙන තමයි යන්න ඕන. Right. Okay. So I would like to ask a simple question from Shakil. I can say Shakil is active in the group. Right. Shakil, can you tell me, now you are a customer in the market. Right. You are coming to my classes. You are a customer. Shakil, can you tell me what is your objective of coming to this class? Shakil's objective, right? Shakil is a consumer coming to this category, every economic participant in the economy. So Shakil is a consumer. Shakil, tell me, as a consumer, why are you coming to this class? What is the sole objective of coming to this class? Can you put in the chat box? Why are you coming to the class? Yes? I'm waiting. Just give a simple answer. No need to think much. Right. To learn. He is responding in the chat box. To learn and gain knowledge. Gain knowledge. That means Shakil is a consumer, an economic participant. He is taking decisions. He took the decision to come to this class in order to gain knowledge for himself. He is thinking about himself. If he is thinking about his side, right, that means he is thinking to maximize his own satisfaction, his own self-interest. තමන්ගේ තෘප්තිය උපරිම කරගන්න තමයි ශකීල් හිතන්නේ. තමන්ගේ satisfaction එක වැඩි කරගන්න, තමන්ගේ self interest එක වැඩි කරගන්න තමයි ආ හිතලා තියෙන්නේ. To gain knowledge. He didn't give an answer like this. Sir, I am coming to this class to support you. So, I am coming to this class to create a wealth for you. So, I am coming to this class to make a benefit for you. He didn't give any answer in a social welfare perspective. Anit මිනිස්සුන්ට මේ society එකට හොදක් කරන්න මේ consumption decision එක ගත්තා. මේ පන්තියට ආවා කියලා කිව්වේ නෑ. මේ පන්තියට එනවා කියන consumption decision එක ගන්න හේතුව මොකක්ද කියලා ශකීල්ගෙන් අපම ශකීල් කිව්වේ to gain knowledge. That means he is trying to maximize his own satisfaction, not the society's satisfaction. That is the nature of every customer. Not only Shakil, if I ask the same question from everyone in the classroom, everyone might say that, sir, we are coming to this class to take benefit from ourselves. Right? That means all the customers are trying to maximize their own satisfaction. Example, customers are trying to maximize satisfaction is also known as utility from the paid money given a සල්ලි වලින් උපරිම තෘප්තියක් ලබා ගන්න තමයි right customers ලා try කරන්නේ. Now tell me what is the motive available for producer? I'm a producer. Economic participant, I'm producer. Why I'm conducting these classes? I'm conducting these classes to earn profit. So that is my motive. And it is very clear, fantastically understandable, right? Producers are starting businesses, producers are providing goods and services for the society to maximize their profit. That means as a producer, I've also thought about my own satisfaction, not the society's satisfaction. Customers are thinking about their own satisfaction, producers are thinking about their own satisfaction, everyone are not thinking about social welfare. Instead of that, everyone are thinking about their own satisfaction. That means people in society are focusing on what? Rational self-interest. හැම කෙනෙක්ම තීරණ ගන්නේ අනුන්ට සුබ සාධනයක් කරන්න නෙමෙයි තමන්ගේ සතුට තමන්ගේ තෘප්තිය උපරිම කරගන්නයි කියලා දැනගෙන තමයි economic way of thinking එක කරන්න ඕන. Therefore, this is the second principle of economic way of thinking. Copy down the note. Finish it. Once you finish, put self-interest in the chat box. Put self-interest in the chat box. If you have finished, put self-interest in the chat box. Okay, have you all finished? Shall we move to the next part then? Rational self-interest, that's fine. Right. Now let's clean the board. Hope you have taken it. Fine? Yes. Right. Now we are jumping up, right? The next concept, next or the last principle of economic way of thinking, it is not any other thing, that is marginalism or marginal analysis. Right. Everybody concentrate. Marginal analysis. Let's try to understand what you mean by marginal analysis. Okay. Right. Lamai, the concept marginal analysis is saying that when making an economic decision එකක් make කරද්දී, when making an economic decision, people will be comparing two things. What are the two things that people will be comparing? One is marginal cost, the other one is marginal benefit, right? Okay, so first one is marginal cost, right? In layman language we can write MC, that means it is marginal cost, marginal cost. And the other one, when making an economic decisions, we need to compare these two things. Other one is marginal benefit. Marginal benefit. Marginal benefit. Right? Lamai, economists are saying that suppose you are making an economic decision, right? When making economic decision, you should make that economic decision only if marginal benefit is greater than the marginal cost. Marginal benefit is greater than the marginal cost. Marginal cost එකට වඩා marginal benefit එක greater වෙනවා නම් ආන්ගේ වෙලාවෙ තමයි ඔය economic decision එක make කරන්න ඕන. Right? ආර්ථික තීරණය ගන්න ඕන, economic decision එක ගන්න ඕන marginal cost එකට වඩා marginal benefit එක වැඩි නම් විතරයි. Now you will be confusing. So what do you mean by marginal? Yes, I'm writing here marginal can be identified as a synonym. Okay, marginal is equal to, right, it was stacked. Okay. Okay. Marginal is equal to what? Additional. Additional. Right? I'm writing here additional. Marginal is equal to additional. Additional. Right. Now, I would like to ask a question. Now, you are coming to my class. Right? That means you have made a production decision or a consumption decision. The answer is super easy. It is consumption decision. You are coming to my class. You decided to come to my class because you like to come to my class and you are going to make you want to make a consumption decision. All right. Now, what are the marginal costs that you have to incur solely because of coming to this class? මේ ක්ලාස් එකට ආවා කියන consumption decision එක ගැනීම නිසාම ඔයාට දරන්න වෙච්ච cost මොනවද? marginal cost. marginal කියන්නේ මොනවටද? additional කියන වචනයටමයි. එහෙනම් මොනවද additional cost? additional cost තමයි, okay, you have to pay a fee. In this month it is free, but next month onwards you have to make the class fee, no? Class fee. And the second one is time cost. You have to incur a time cost, right? You are spending 2 hours here in front of the computer. That means you have to solely depends on this class, and for that one you will be sacrificing 2 hours of time. You know? Not only that. Okay, so when you are coming to this class, you have to give a physical effort. Sometimes you have to write notes, right? That is also a physical effort. So you have to put effort, physical effort, right? Physical effort, right? Physical effort. And the biggest problem, biggest thing, biggest type of a costs that you are incurring is you have to incur Wi-Fi cost or data cost. For the data, internet charges have to be paid, right? Data cost, all these are the additional costs that you have to incur. If you are coming to this online class, you have to make what? Fee payment, that is a cost, right? Time cost is there, right? Time cost is there. Not only that, you have to put a physical effort to write notes and do other stuff, that is also a cost, right? And the other one is data cost is there. For the data, mobile data, maybe for the Wi-Fi data, you have to pay a cost, right? But imagine you will be receiving multiple benefits because of coming to this class. What are the benefits? Knowledge. Yes, of course, right? You will be receiving knowledge. That is the first benefit. Marginal mean additional? No. That is the first additional benefit that you will be receiving. Other one is, okay, knowledge is there. Then the other one is, okay, because of coming to this class, this online class, you will be taking good results. Good results. Of course, in past few years, we have generated lots of island rankers, including island top 10 rankers. Because of that, right? Okay, another benefit that you will be receiving is what? Good result. Good result on the result at Labino. Not only that, another benefit, you will be receiving a tute, a complete comprehensive tute, right? You will be receiving exam experiences later. Okay, when some lessons are over, you will be receiving some exam experiences. Exam experiences. All these are benefits. All these are benefits. But imagine, okay, the costs that you are incurring is lesser than the benefits that you will be receiving from this class. Additional benefits that you will be receiving from this class is bigger than the additional costs that you have to incur for this class. If that is the case, then obviously you will be coming to my class. You will be coming to my class. Okay, that means your consumption decision, whether to come to my class or not, that consumption decision is 100% depend on this condition. You will be coming to my class, you will be consuming my class only if marginal benefit is greater than the marginal cost. Only if marginal benefit is greater than the marginal cost. So we can write here, okay, what do you mean by marginalism? Right, okay, people will, Janit, there is a mistake in the tute, right? Okay, no problem. Not the tute, actually, in the pen, right? People will make choices, right? Choices, okay? Only if, right? What is the condition? Right, MB is greater than MC. MB is greater than MC. People will make choices, people will take economic decisions only if marginal benefit exceeds marginal cost. So shall we write that one? This is what we called as the third principle of economic way of thinking, marginalism. Marginalism. Okay, let's write down. Economic participants will start writing. Economic participants will make choices or take decisions make choices or take decisions. Make choices or take decisions. By comparing marginal cost and marginal benefit. Marginal cost and marginal benefit. Okay, by comparing marginal cost and marginal benefit. Marginal cost and marginal benefit. People will make choices or take decisions by comparing marginal cost and marginal benefit. Marginal cost and marginal benefit. According to economic theories, according to economic theories, people will make choices only if marginal benefit exceeds marginal cost. Marginal benefit exceeds marginal cost. Only if marginal benefit exceeds marginal cost. Marginal benefit exceeds marginal cost. Within brackets, write down like this, right? You write down MC is greater than MB. MC is greater than MB, right? As of the board, you write marginal cost is lesser than marginal benefit. Okay, then yes, show me Janit to the audience. Then you can write as an example this one. Yes, you put EG, then write down EG. EG mean example. EG and write down, right? Following shows marginal costs and marginal benefits. Marginal costs and marginal benefits of marginal cost and marginal benefit of attending to an online class. Marginal cost and marginal benefit of attending to an online class. Marginal benefit and marginal costs attending to an online class. Okay. Now you take down this as an example. Right. You take whole example. If you want, you can write the meaning of marginal at a side. Check it. Once you finish, put finish in the chat box. That is the end of economic way of thinking. Right, finish. If you have finished, please put finish in the chat box. Okay. Right. I think you have done it. And the importances of learning economics is the next topic. Importances of learning economics is something that we have done on the last day. Can you remember? If you have not remembered it, please watch the previous recording. It is on the YouTube as well. Right, okay. So, let us erase this part and move ahead. So, this part we have completed it last day. Right, now economics is a science part. Economics is a science part. Right, now everyone silent and listen. Right. Now, Lamai, economics is very famous subject. These days, Sri Lanka is also suffering with a kind of economic crisis, and in future, there will be a dollar crisis as well with the ongoing situation of Iran-USA war. So, people are talking about the term economics in mega scale. But the thing is, right, Lamai, some people are identifying economics as art stream subject. Some people are classifying economics as a commerce stream subject. But in reality, it is obviously what type of subject? It is a science subject. It is a science subject. Economics is not an art or commerce subject anymore. It is a science subject. Then I have a problem. Okay, so before labeling this subject economics as a science subject, sir, can you please prove it? Can you please tell me what is a science first? Okay, I'll explain what is a science first. Lamai, science is, okay, science is any subject which use scientific methodology, okay, to prove something with empirical evidences, to prove something with empirical evidences. So, what do you mean by a science? Science is an any subject which use scientific methodology. Science එකක් කියලා කියන ඕනම විෂයක් හැබැයි මොන methodology එක පාවිච්චි කරන විෂයක්ද? Scientific methodology එක පාවිච්චි කරන විෂයක්. Right? Scientific methodology එක ඒතර පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ මොකටද sir? Scientific methodology කියන එක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ ළමයි මොනවා හරි දෙයක් ඔප්පු කරගන්න ඕනුනහම. ඔප්පු කරගන්න. Right? අපි හිතමු හරි ගෑන් ළමයාට පිරිමි ළමයා right ගැන සැකයි. ඒ සැකය ඔප්පු කරගන්න අන්න මොකද කරන්නේ? right? මොනවා හරි ක්‍රමවේදයක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා නේ. ඔප්පු කරන්න සාක්ෂි එකතු කරනවා. evidences එකතු කරනවා. evidences අරගෙන සාක්ෂි ඇසුරින් right? ඒ දේ ඔප්පු කරනවා නම් එතනදී involve වෙන්නේ scientific methodology එකක්ම තමයි. scientific methodology එකක්ම තමයි. දැන් ඔය science subjects වල තියෙන right? උඩ දැම්මොත් මොනවා හරි දෙයක් බිම වැටෙනවා. What is that theory? Gravitational force theory put forwarded by Isaac Newton. උඩ දැම්මොත් මොනවා හරි එකක් යටට වැටෙනවා. That is gravitational force. If you put something up, it will fall down for sure. That is gravitational force theory. Can we prove it or not? Yes, we can prove it. What is the method that we are using to prove it? That is scientific methodology. That is scientific methodology. So, any subject which use scientific methodology to prove something by using empirical evidences. Empirical mean real world evidences. Empirical is a synonym for real world. Empirical means real world evidences. By using real world evidences, we are proving something. Then the methodology that we use to prove something is known as scientific methodology. If it is a subject which use scientific methodology, then we call it as what? Science. Lamai, even economics use science. Even our subject economics use science. Why? Why? Okay, I'll prove it later. But since economics is also used in science, we can say that economics is a science subject, not an art subject, not a commerce subject. It is a science subject because economics you also use scientific methodology. So, I can write here, since economics also use scientific methodology, okay, or scientific methods, okay, we can conclude that economics is a science. We can conclude that economics is a science. Economics කියන්නේ science එකක් කියලා අපිට conclude කරන්න පුළුවන් හේතුව economics ඇතුළේ scientific methodology එක පාවිච්චි කරන නිසා. Right. Firstly, you take down this part, then I will be explaining the scientific methodology in economics with use of an example. Quickly take it. Once you finish, right, put word science in the chat box. Once you finish, put word science in the chat box. Ahmad is saying that they can see the previous one. Janit, can you please, okay, put this one? Yes. Okay, still students can see the previous one. Still students can see the previous one. Then you keep the, now it's fine. Right, have you all completed? Okay, shall we discuss about the scientific methodology in subject economics? Okay, right. Now let's see, right, let's see. Right, we'll quickly go up. Okay, now focus on this one, scientific methodology in economics. Focus. If you have missed anything, don't worry, cover the knot by looking at the video later as well. Now everyone, be silent and listen. Okay, now what are the steps in scientific methodology? And how can we say that the same methodology is available in economics as well? So, can you provide an example to show that even economics is also using scientific methodology? Yes, I can show. Everyone now listen. Okay, the first step is, here I will be writing step in scientific methodology. Here I will be writing example for the step in scientific methodology, right? Okay, the first step is identifying problem, right? I am providing the steps of scientific methodology, an example from economics. Then you will be realizing that yes, that is true. In economics also we have used this scientific methodology steps, right? Okay, what is the problem? This is a problem that one of the economists called Marshall has recognized. He had a problem. If price of a product, price of a good increases, what will happen to quantity demanded? QTY is a short form, quantity demanded. This is the problem, right? That means what was the problem that he was having? When price increases, what will happen to quantity demand, right? The මේ පන්තියේ price එක වැඩි කළොත් මේ පන්තියේ demand එක අඩු වෙයිද වැඩි වෙයිද? අන්න ඒ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒතර ඇල්ෆ්‍රඩ් මාෂල්ටත් ආවා, right? The vegetable වගේ දේවල් වල price එක වැඩි වුණොත් vegetable වලට තියෙන customers ලගේ demand එක අඩු වෙයිද වැඩි වෙයිද? That was the problem, right? If price increases, what will happen to demand? Will it increase or will it decrease? That is a questionable thing. So, I will be putting question mark here. So identifying a problem is the first step. The first step of scientific methodology is provided with example from economics. Economics වල example එකක් දෙනවා කියන්නේ scientific methodology के steps වලට ඒ කියන්නේ scientific methodology economics වලත් පාවිච්චි වෙනවා. Scientific methodology economics වල පාවිච්චි වෙනවා කියන්නේ if scientific methodology is used in economics, then economics is a science. Economics is a science කියන එක තමයි මේ prove කරන්නේ scientific methodology economics වල තියනවා කියලා prove කරමින්. Then next one is recognizing right factors related to the problem. Problem එකට සම්බන්ධ factors හඳුනගන්න. What are the factors related to the problem? What are the factors? Here there are two factors. First one is quantity demanded, QD. Quantity demanded, I will be putting the short form quantity demanded, QD. And quantity demanded is influenced by several factors. One is price, P for price, right? The මගේ පන්තියට තියෙන demand එක මේ පන්තියේ ප්‍රයිස් එක මත තීරණය වෙනවා. ප්‍රයිස් එක වැඩි වුණාම ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක මොකද වෙන්නේ? ප්‍රයිස් එක අඩු වුණාම ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා අපි පස්සේ බලමු. ප්‍රයිස් එක කියන එක රයිට් මගේ පන්තියට ළමෙක් එනවද නැද්ද කියන එකට මගේ පන්තිය ළමෙක් ඩිමාන්ඩ් කරනවද නැද්ද කියන එකට බලපානවා. So the demand for my class is depending on price. Not only that, okay, demand for my class is depending on quality of my service. Demand of my class is depending on your income. If your income is high, if you people are rich, then you will be demanding my class more. And demand for my class is depending on consumer taste. Taste means preference. ඔයාලගේ කැමැත්ත මේ පන්තියට පෙන්වන කැමැත්ත කැමැතිින්ද නැවිල්ල ඉන්නේ මේ පන්තියට පෙන්වන කැමැත්තත් මගේ පන්තියට තියෙන ඩිමාන්ඩ් එකට බලපානවා. එහෙනම් මගේ පන්තියට තියෙන ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක වෙනස් වෙන්න ෆැක්ටර්ස් හතරක් බලපානවා. මොනවද? මගේ පන්තියට තියෙන ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක වෙනස් වෙන්න ප්‍රයිස් එක බලපානවා. මගේ පන්තියට තියෙන ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක වෙනස් වෙන්න මම ප්‍රොවයිඩ් කරන ක්වොලිටි එක බලපානවා. ක්වොලිටි එක වැඩි නම් මගේ පන්තියට ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක වැඩි. If high quality is there, the demand for my class will be high. If low quality will be there, the demand for my class is low. Right? If you are having high income, you will be demanding my class more. Every day you are coming. Because you are a rich person, your income is high, so demand for my class will be also high. Next one, taste or preference. If you really like to learn from me, if you are really interested in my style of teaching, then you will be increasing the demand for my class. So like that, Lama, it is fantastically clear. Demand for a product will be depending on several factors, not only based on these 4 factors, there may be more and more. But Lamai, as a third step, what should you do? In the second step, we identified all these factors related with the problem. Problem එකත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධ factors ඔක්කොම අඳුරගත්තා. Then next one is building assumptions. Building assumptions. උපකල්පන ගොඩනැගීම. Building assumptions to simplify the real world complexity. Real world එක පට්ට complex. ඒ complex real world එක simplify කරන්න assumptions ගොඩනගා ගන්න. What do you mean by building assumptions, sir? Assumptions? This is something like this. I will be providing example from the same example. Right now in this case, what was the problem of Marshall? Marshall tapu prashna මොකක්ද? If prices of vegetables go up, what will happen to quantity demand for vegetables? Will it go down or will it go up? This is the problem, right? Then we recognize multiple factors affecting for demand. Quantity demanded, QD. Now out of these factors, what is the most important factor? Yes, the most important factor is price. Why? Why is it the important factor? Because we want to identify the impact of price increment on QD. Price increment on QD. We don't want to identify the impact of quality on QD. We don't want to find answer for the impact of income on QD. We don't want to understand the relationship between taste and QD. In the problem itself, it is mentioning that we want to understand the impact of price increment on QD. Price increment on QD only. So if we want to identify the impact of price increment on QD, now we have to assume one thing. What is the thing that we have to assume? We have to assume that quality will not influence on QD. Income will not influence on QD. Taste will not influence on QD. Right? Anything will not influence on QD other than price. That means quality, income, taste, all these are not influencing on QD. Mean we are assuming that these factors except price are remain constant. Remain constant mean not change. If these are not changing, no impact on QD. Only factor which is having impact on QD is price. These are not changing. So what is our assumption? Okay, all the other, right? All the other factors except price are not changing. Are not changing mean are remain constant. All the other factors which are not changing, okay, all the other factors are not changing mean remain constant. Okay, now we have assumed, what is the assumption? All the other factors except price are not influencing on QD. One and only factor influencing on QD is P. Now you can build up what? Or construct hypothesis. Construct hypothesis. Another name came, hypothesis. What do you mean by hypothesis? Hypothesis is my predicted answer, not the real answer. ඇත්තම උත්තරය නෙමෙයි, predicted answer. Once again, come. What is the problem Marshall faced? If price increase, what will happen to QD? Price එක වැඩි වුණොත් quantity demand එකට මොකද වෙන්නේ? අඹ ගෙඩි වල price එක වැඩි වුණොත් අඹ ගෙඩි demand එකට මොකද වෙන්නේ? carrot වල price එක වැඩි වුණොත් carrot වල demand එකට මොකද වෙන්නේ? That was the Marshall's problem. අන්නේ ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එකට ඔයාට හිතෙන ආන්සර් එකට අපි කියනවා hypothesis, not the real actual answer, but that is the predicted answer. What do you think, lamai? What do you think? If price increases, as you think, still we haven't done any experiment. As you think, what will happen to QD? Yes, I'm thinking that if I increase my tuition class prices, people will reduce the demand for my classes. That means what? If price go up, demand for my class will go down. Is that the real answer? No, that is my predicted answer. This is the problem that Marshall faced. This is the predicted answer. If price increases, QD will fall down. It is not the reality, but predicted answer. P increases, QD decreases. Okay, is that the end of the scientific methodology? No, we have the last step. Testing hypothesis, right, with real world experiment. That means, lamai, now this is our predicted answer. No, if price increases, we think that students in this class will reduce my demand. We think that when carrot prices increase, people will reduce the demand for carrot, but we don't know. But how can we prove it? Yes, we can run a real world experiment. We can go to the market and we can ask all the sellers to increase the prices, and then we can see whether the vegetable demand is going down. We can go to the laptop market, ask all the laptop sellers to increase the prices, and then we can see whether the demand for laptops are going down. So to prove or to check whether our predicted answer hypothesis is correct or wrong, we can run a market research. Right? Okay. Doing a market research. Right? Then through the research, we can prove that whether this relationship, whether this predicted answer or hypothesis is correct or wrong. If it is correct, accept it as an economic theory. If it is wrong, you have to start from the beginning and redo the same scientific methodology steps with appropriate alterations. Understood? Right. So these are the steps in the scientific methodology, and these are the examples for the examples, for the scenarios, how subject economics use these steps to prove some problems in economics. We have taken the Marshall's problem. If price increases, what will happen to quantity demand, right? It passes all the steps in the scientific methodology. That means scientific methodology is used in economics. Since scientific methodology is used in economics, we can say economics is also a science. This is the example for an instance where economics use scientific methodology. Understood? Fantastic. Okay. So I will be giving an opportunity for you to copy down this at home. Since we are running out of time, I will be not allowing you to take it in the within the class, but at home you complete that whole part. Okay. Example for the scientific methodology utilization in the subject economics. Okay, take a screenshot of this one. Take a screenshot of this one. Right, finish. If you have taken a screenshot, just put SS in the chat box. SS in the chat box. Right, everyone. If you have taken the screenshot, SS. Okay. Now look here. Very important messages to be given. Lamai, next year onwards, that will be definitely April, right? We will be having classes through our platform, but keep in mind, right? You have to log next day onwards not from the Zoom link that we are going to share in the WhatsApp group, but from the LMS of Sakya platform. Therefore, we will be not sharing Zoom link next day onwards. ලබන සතියේදී අපි Zoom link share කරන්නේ LMS එක කරා තමයි එන්න ඕන. Sakya LMS එක register වෙන්න ඕන ඔක්කොටම කලින් එහෙනම්. තාමත් register වෙලා නැත්නම් LMS එක register වෙන්න ඕන. LMS එකේ register වුණාම තමයි ඕගොල්ලන්ට payments කරන්න පුළුවන් platform එක ලැබෙන්නේ. LMS register වෙන්නේ නැතුව අපේ Sakya එකට ඇවිල්ලා හෝ bank account වලටත් payment කරන්න පුළුවන්. payment එක 3500 but payment කරන්න easy method එක තමයි LMS එකට register වෙන එක. payment කළොත් තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ගෙදරටම මොකද්ද courier service එකෙන් tute එක ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ නිසා මුලින්ම කරන්න ඕන මේ දවස් දෙක අරගෙන right register yourself in Sakya LMS. That is a mandatory requirement, right? Then after that, from next day onwards, you have to go to that account and through the Zoom link and all these platforms available in the LMS, you can join our classes. If you are not having a LMS account, then you will unable to join our classes April onwards. Okay, and you need to make the payments before coming to the class. Okay, only if you pay, then you will be receiving the tute to your hand. No, without a tute, it's harder to run the class. No, right. And keep in mind and pass the message about the lovely friends as well and ask them to join from April onwards because it is a new month. Okay, firstly, I will be playing a video which will be guide how to prepare a LMS account and how to do the payments before coming to the next day lecture. Okay, right, watch this video clearly now.
මේ වීඩියෝ එකෙන් අපි ඔයාලට පැහැදිලි කරන්නේ Sakya LMS එහෙම නැත්නම් Learning Management System එක ගැන. අපේ Sakya LMS වෙබ්සයිට් එක තමයි dash.sakya.edu.lk කියලා කියන්නේ. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම දැනගෙන ඉමු ඇයි Sakya LMS එක ඔයාලට වැදගත් වෙන්නේ කියලා. විශේෂ සම්මන්ත්‍රණ වලට ඒ වගේම වාර විභාග ඉලක්ක කරගෙන කරන විශේෂ පන්තිවලට ඔන්ලයින් ඔස්සේ සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න Sakya LMS එක ඔයාලට ගොඩක් ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙනවා. ඒ විතරක් නෙවෙයි පන්ති එන්න බැරි වෙච්ච දවස්වලට ඔයාලට මගහැරුණු පාඩම් නැවතත් LMS එක ඔස්සේ වාර දෙක බැගින් නරඹන්න අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම තමයි SAP exam වගේ exam වලින් Z-score එක සහ ඔයාගේ විභාග ප්‍රතිඵල බලා ගන්නත් LMS එකෙන් ඔයාලට පුළුවන්. තව වැදගත් දෙයක්. අමතර ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍ර සහ පසුගිය වර්ෂවල ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍ර සහ පිළිතුරු පත්‍ර ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගන්නත් Sakya LMS එකෙන් පුළුවන්. හරි. දැන් අපි බලමු කොහොමද සක්‍යා LMS එකට ඔගොල්ලෝ රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්නේ කියලා. ඕනෑම සක්‍යා ශාඛාවකට ඇවිල්ලා ඔයාලට පුළුවන් LMS එකට රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්න. මෙහෙම රෙජිස්ටර් වෙනකොට ඔයාලා ලබා දෙන දුරකථන අංකයකට අපි එවනවා කෙටි පණිවුඩයක්. මේ තිරේ දිස්වනවා වගේ. සක්‍යා LMS එකට ලොග් වෙන්න ඔයාලට මේ SMS පණිවිඩයේ තියෙන ස්ටුඩන්ට් ID එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්බර් කියලා සඳහන් වෙන අංකය වැදගත් වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ LMS පාස්වර්ඩ් කියන එක පාස්වර්ඩ් එක හැටියට යොදා ගන්නත් උවමනා වෙනවා. දැන් අපි යමු කොහොමද සක්‍යා LMS එකට ලොග් වෙන්නේ කියන එක බලන්න. ඔයගලන්ට පුළුවන් ඔයගලන්ගේ වෙබ් බ්‍රවුසර් එකේ dash.sakya.edu.lk කියලා ටයිප් කරලා සක්‍යා LMS එකට ලොග් වෙන්න. ඔන්න ඔය විදියට ඔයගොල්ලෝ සක්‍යා LMS එකට ආවට පස්සේ ඔයගලන්ට ස්ටුඩන්ට් ID එකයි පාස්වර්ඩ් එකයි එන්ටර් කරන්න තියෙනවා. ස්ටුඩන්ට් ID කියලා කියන්නේ ඔයගලන්ගේ අර SMS එකේ ආපු ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්බර් එක. එතකොට ස්ටුඩන්ට් ID කියන තැන ඒ ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්බර් එක ටයිප් කරන්න. ඊට පස්සේ පාස්වර්ඩ් එකට අර මැසේජ් එකේ ආපු LMS පාස්වර්ඩ් කියලා තියෙන පාස්වර්ඩ් එක ටයිප් කරන්න. ඊට පස්සේ ලොගින් බටන් එක ක්ලික් කරන්න. ඔන්න දැන් ඔයාලා එනවා සක්‍යා LMS එකේ ඩෑෂ්බෝඩ් එකට. හරි. දැන් අපි බලමු හදිස්සියවත් ඔයාලා අපිට දීපු ෆෝන් නම්බර් එකට එහෙම මැසේජ් එකක් ඇවිල්ලා නැත්නම් කොහොමද ලොග් වෙන්නේ කියලා. සාමාන්‍ය විදියටම ඔයගලගේ බ්‍රවුසර් එකේ dash.sakya.edu.lk කියන වෙබ්සයිට් එක ටයිප් කරලා ඒකට ලොග් වෙන්න. ඊට පස්සේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් ID කියන එකට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඔයගලගේ ක්ලාස් කාඩ් එකේ කොහොමත් සඳහන් වෙන ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්බර් එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයගලගේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් ID එක ටයිප් කරන්න. ඔයගලන්ට මැසේජ් එක ඇවිල්ලා නැති නිසා පාස්වර්ඩ් එකක් දැන් ළඟ නැහැනේ. එතකොට forgot password කියන බටන් එක ක්ලික් කරන්න. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලට පුළුවන් ඔයගලගේ ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්බර් එක ඇතුළත් කරලා සබ්මිට් කරන්න. ඊට පස්සේ password reset tab එක ඕපන් වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලා අපිට ලබා දීපු දුරකථන අංකයට OTP එකක් එනවා. ඔයගලගේ ෆෝන් නම්බර් එකට එන ඒ OTP එක විනාඩි 10ක් ඇතුළත එන්ටර් කරන්නත් අමතක කරන්න එපා. ඒ OTP එක ඇතුළත් කරලා ඔයගලන්ට පුළුවන් අලුත් පාස්වර්ඩ් එකක් එන්ටර් කරන්න. හරි. ඒ විදිහට පාස්වර්ඩ් එක රීසෙට් කරගත්තාම ඔයාලට පුළුවන් සක්‍යා LMS ඩෑෂ්බෝඩ් එක බලා ගන්න. අපි දැන් බලමු ටැබ් එකෙන් ටැබ් එක කොහොමද ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ කියලා. හෝම් කියන ටැබ් එකේදී ඔයාලට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඔයාලගේ තොරතුරු ඇතුළු අනෙකුත් සියලු කාරණා බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අපි ඉන්නේ සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් කියන ටැබ් එකේ. මේකේ මේ වෙනකොට ඔයාලා රෙජිස්ටර් වෙලා පේමන්ට්ස් කරලා ඇඩ් කරගෙන තියෙන ක්ලාසස් වල තොරතුරු බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. ඒකේ all කියන තැන දැනට තියෙන ක්ලාසස් ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව මයි කියන ටැබ් එකේ ඔයාලා දැනට කරන ක්ලාසස් ටිකේ තොරතුරු ටික තියෙනවා. මේකේ සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් වල all කියන කොටසේ ඔයාලට කැමති සබ්ජෙක්ට් add subject කියලා ක්ලික් කරලා තමන්ගේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් ලිස්ට් එකට ඇඩ් කරගන්නත් පුළුවන්. සක්‍යා LMS එකේ ඩෑෂ්බෝඩ් එකේ තියෙන ටැබ්ස් වලින් වැදගත්ම එකක් තමයි classroom කියන ටැබ් එක. classroom ටැබ් එකේදී ඔයගලන්ට පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා ඔයගලන්ට මගහැරුණු පන්තිවල රෙකෝඩින්ග්ස් බලා ගන්න. ඒ මාසයට අදාළ පන්ති ගාස්තු ගෙවලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒ රෙකෝඩින්ග්ස් ඕගලන්ගේ තිරේ දිස්වෙනවා. ඉතින් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් view class කියන ඔප්ෂන් එක ක්ලික් කරලා ඒ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකට අදාළ ඔයගලන්ට මගහැරුණු පන්තිවල රෙකෝඩින් බලා ගන්න. ඒ සම්මන්ත්‍රණ පැවැත්වුණු දවස් පවා මේකේ හරියටම සටහන් වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම ඔයගලන්ට පේනවා තිරේ උඩ තියෙනවා view attempts. ඒ කියන්නේ නැරඹීමට හැකි වාර ගණන කියලා දෙකක් වශයෙන්. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයගලන්ට මගහැරුණු සම්මන්ත්‍රණවල රෙකෝඩින්ග්ස් දෙවරක් ඔයගලන්ට බලන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක. ඉතින් මේ ස්ක්‍රීන් එකේදී ඔයගලන්ට මගහැරිච්ච ඔයගලන්ගේ පාඩම් ප්ලේ කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් වගේම document materials කියන තැනින් ඒ පාඩමට අදාළ ටියුට් එක ඔයගලන්ට PDF එකක් හැටියට ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගන්නත් පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. හරි. ඊළඟට අපි යම් payments tab එකට. දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ශාඛාවකට ඇවිල්ලා payments කරන්න ඔයගලන්ට අවශ්‍යතාවයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. LMS එක හරහා ඔයගලන්ට පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා ඔයගලන්ගේ පන්තියට අදාළ ගාස්තුව ගෙවන්න. ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාස් නම් ඔන්ලයින්, ෆිසිකල් ක්ලාස් නම් ෆිසිකල් වශයෙන් තෝරාගෙන ඔයගලන්ට පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා පේමන්ට් එක ඔන්ලයින්ම කරන්න. හරි. ඊළඟට අපි බලමු ලයිව් සෙෂන් කියන ටැබ් එක. ලයිව් සෙෂන් එක වැදගත් වෙන්නේ ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාසස් වලට සහභාගී වෙන ඔයගලන්ට. මේකෙන් ඔයගලන්ගේ ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාසස් පැවැත්වෙන්නේ කවදද, කොයි වෙලාවටද කියන එක පැහැදිලිව සඳහන් වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ මොහොතේ පැවැත්වෙමින් තියෙන සම්මන්ත්‍රණ පිළිබඳවත් ඔයගලන්ට ලයිව් සෙෂන් ඔස්සේ බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ විතරක් නෙවෙයි ඒ පන්තියට අදාළ ටියුට් එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගන්නත් මේ ලයිව් සෙෂන් කියන කොටසදී ඔයගලන්ට පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. ඊළඟට තියෙන්නේ my quiz කියන ටැබ් එක. මෙතනදී ඔයාලට අවශ්‍ය කරන quiz ඔයගලන්ට ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. past papers ටැබ් එකේදී ඒ අවුරුදුවල විෂයන් වලට අදාළව past papers විතරක් නෙවෙයි ඒවට අදාළ පිළිතුරු පත්‍රත් ඔයගලන්ට my papers ටැබ් එකෙන් ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගන්න අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. ඊළඟට තියෙන්නේ attendance කියන ටැබ් එක. මේකෙන් ඔයාලා ඒ මාසවල කොයිතරම් කාලයක් පන්තිවලට සහභාගී වුණාද කියන එක ගැන ඔයගලන්ගේ පැමිණීමේ ලයිස්තුවක් පැහැදිලිව බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. ඊළඟට තියෙන්නේ results කියන ටැබ් එක. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අනාගතයේදී ඉදිරිපත් වෙන විවිධ විභාගවල ප්‍රතිඵල, Z-score, SAP වගේ exam එකක ප්‍රතිඵලත් ඔයගලන්ට online බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. හරි, අපි නැවතත් home ටැබ් එකට යන්. හෝම් එකේදී ඕගලන්ගේ ප්‍රොෆයිල් පික්චර් එක ළඟ ක්ලික් කරාම ප්‍රොෆයිල් එකට අදාළ ඩීටේල්ස් ඕගලන්ට එඩිට් කරන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. ඕගලන්ගේ පින්තූරයක් අප්ලෝඩ් කරන තැන ඉඳන් ඕගලන්ගේ නම, ඒ වගේම බර්ත්ඩේ එක, අදාළ තවත් තොරතුරු ගොඩක් මෙතනදී ඕගලන්ට ඇඩ් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. මීට අමතරව ඕගලන්ගේ සහාය සඳහා සක්‍යා වෙතින් විශේෂ දුරකථන අංක 3ක් හඳුන්වා දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔගලන්ට තියෙන සාමාන්‍ය ගැටලු ගැන විමසන්න ඔගලන්ට පුළුවන් මේ උඩින්ම තියෙන සක්‍යා ජෙනරල් ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් කියන නම්බර් එකත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. 074යි 066යි 49යි 82 තමයි සක්‍යා ජෙනරල් ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් නම්බර් එක. මේ දුරකථන අංකය ඔස්සේ WhatsApp හරහා සම්බන්ධ වෙලා ඔගලන්ට පුළුවන් අනිත් සක්‍යා හා සම්බන්ධ WhatsApp group වලට access එක ලබා ගන්න. ඊට අමතරව LMS එක ගැන එහෙම නැත්නම් වෙනත් තාක්ෂණික ගැටලුවක් පිළිබඳව තොරතුරු ලබා ගන්න අවශ්‍ය නම් මේ පේන දුරකථන අංකයට WhatsApp ඔස්සේ සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. සක්‍යා Technical Help Desk 074යි 291යි 70යි 27. ඊළඟට ඔගලන්ගේ ටියුට්ස් ඩිලිවර් කරගන්න මොනයම් හරි ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ පිළිබඳ තොරතුරු ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් සක්‍යා ටියුට් ඩිලිවරි ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් නම්බර් එකෙන්. 077යි 755යි 56යි 53 තමයි ඒ අංකය.
Right, fantastic. Okay, so that's the way of registering yourself to the LMS account in Sakya. So join to the LMS account within another couple of days and register yourself, and then we will be meeting from the Fridays in April onwards. Okay, so good luck, happy April, and pass the message about the class to all of your friends. Next day onwards, it will be a paid session. Good luck.